From California, Mr. Issa. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks for holding this joint hearing. As you said earlier, many of us on the dais serve on both hearings, so I have members of my committee who are sitting here in two roles, just as Ms. Norton and Mr. Cummings are both sitting here in two roles. There is a difference in the oversight that we'll be looking at today. There's no question that for the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, they are looking at the economic impact, the Federal assets themselves, the if you will, paper, if you will, Federal assets, particularly the facilities. In a case of our committee, we're looking at a combination of highest and best use for the Federal dollar. The cost of paying 100% of the cost of archivists at each of these facilities, and the cost of basically about 45% being the Federal Government and State government's contribution through to, because of tax deductibility for charities, of the other side. So the truth is the taxpayers are paying for these facilities on both sides. I think all of us on the dais believe it's money well spent, but it's money that has to be looked at carefully. If there were no presidential libraries, there is no question that there would be hundreds of thousands of entities involved in every nuance of maintaining those records, pouring through them. On the other hand, it could be that they would be more available as a researcher would want to look through ancient records. There's no question that each of the libraries has a natural struggle, one in which the followers and descendants of a president, and the president himself, if he's still alive, wants to maintain a positive legacy. Everything that happened on their watch was good. Well, in fact, history may show that there were gaping flaws from Jefferson to Nixon, and then we'll stay away from those beyond. There have been scandals, and those scandals can in fact and may in fact be appropriate to have seen within a library. But let's understand there's a balance. Our presidents represent, for the most part, progress in many areas, even among the most, if you will, failed or least popular presidents. Additionally, our committee has, over the last many years, under both Republican and Democratic leadership, had a particular interest in inventory control at the libraries, access to researchers at libraries, and specially protected records, which is a nice way for classified. Presidents operate at the highest level of secrecy, and as a result, a great part of what goes on during a president's life is, in fact, classified for 50 years or more. We need to have that protected both from premature release, but we also need to make sure that when the time is right, it can be released. Our committee has, over the years, had a number of legitimate concerns with information that is gone and will never be found, or at least won't be found in our lifetime. So today's hearing is about hearing the good news and hearing from people who have a vested interest in their library doing well while meeting this challenge that Congress has given to primarily the private sector in support of their foundation. With that, I'll put the rest in for the record and yield back.